So, ladies and gentlemen, because there's quite clearly only two genders in this entire, well, once beautiful world. Well, as you know, and you've seen my Deadpool and Wolverine video, which I only uploaded last night, and thank you for everybody who's watched it thus far. But on Friday when I came back, my mate sent me a WhatsApp message saying, "Oh my God, did you watch the opening ceremony for the Paris 2024 Olympics?" I'm like, "No, what happened?" He said, and I quote, "the wokest thing I have ever seen." I sat there thinking to myself, well, why am I not surprised? Now, the footage I'm about to show you folks, apparently this is meant to be almost DMCA struck, if you know what I mean, because if I upload this on my channel, I might face that consequence. But it's all right because I've got a duplicate video of this video right here, so I don't give a shit. Paris, France, well, that country has so many troubles going on at the moment that I'm not surprised this is even happening anymore. So I've got to look, folks, brace yourselves. The footage I'm about to show you might cause you to spit your food out or send you into epileptic fits.
Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go. Come again. Don't worry, baby, I'm coming.
Well, space fans, exciting news, huh? And there's even more in part 2.
On today's episode of Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Okay, you can come. Are you coming?
Kind of busy right now.
And I'm coming for it, Ken. I'm coming for the fucking money, you piece of shit.
I'm like getting the feeling of coming in the gym. I'm getting the feeling of coming at home. I'm getting the feeling.
In the ass end of space, even aliens watch Jason King with Kung Fu Hot Dog.
This is the greatest show I've seen in my life.
Duke Nukem likes this guy.
Approved by 1970s Robert Redford.
Are you ready for this? Because nothing quite prepares you. God, I was going into a Michael Ironside head-shaking fit from Scanners. And this is what they banned, folks. This is the mockery of the Last Supper. So if you're a Catholic, if you're a Christian, your religion was mocked 48 hours ago. Let's look at this fat blob right here, who's all tattooed, by the way. Couldn't just be a fat, diverse white woman. No, you have to give her tattoos all over the bloody place.
Performing the song King costumes.
Who's the black chick meant to be, or is that a dude? Is that meant to be Judas Iscariot? At this stage, it's anybody's guess, right? And who's this fucking fanny right here fanning themselves? Oh my God, this gets so much worse. And apparently someone, and this is allegedly or is actually seen in full view, exposed themselves to a minor during this whole ceremony. This, I have to remind you, is what the Greeks gave to us centuries ago when goddesses and gods competed. What the fuck am I watching? And why would you have a minor in there anyway? I don't understand that. Were there any minors at the Last Supper? Not that I recall. What am I seeing? Fat black bloke dressed in white because you have to see him, right? And he's doing some sort of dance interpretation. Okay. Oh, I'm surprised the camera managed to capture his big fat ass body in frame. What am I? Yeah, all right, time to see that again. Fucking hell, once was bad enough. So this is Kyle Becker. The 2024 Paris Olympics has gone full woke dystopian. The opening ceremony was filled with transgendered mockery of the Last Supper, the golden calf idol, which apparently, and even from the pale horse from the Book of Revelation. So I think they actually brought in a pale horse, so to speak. The Olympics has made it clear that Christian viewers aren't welcome. My mum is a Christian. She converted from Hinduism when Britain took over her country many, many years ago. So when I told her the story today, she was none too pleased either. Carl Becker goes on to say, my view, I can handle a one-off. After all, the Olympics is for all nations around the world. And I am not expecting a I think you meant to say multicultural experience. But there's a difference between cultural representation, which I will get to in a minute, folks, and throwing blasphemous images in the faces of Christian and Jewish believers. Oh, and have a look at this, the top story on Google. The Independent, Paris 2024 apologizes over Last Supper parody at the Olympics opening ceremony on Friday. And who's there? Lady Gaga. What is she appearing in on the 4th of October this year? Joker Folie à Deux with Joaquin Phoenix. At this stage, folks, I probably won't even go and watch that movie anymore, because the minute I saw Gaga's face was dragged through the mud into that movie, I just thought, you know what? Something's not right with the tone of this film. Why does it have to be a semi-musical? Why does Gaga have to even fucking open her mouth and try to act? And it's not a surprise she was there. Beyonce was there. Beyonce's gone full woke, by the way, because she at a recent concert or a tour of hers that she was doing, all the bathrooms were transgender neutral or gender neutral. Because where I work at the moment in a theatre, I kid you not, there are actually 2 bathrooms with female signs on them. And I said to my manager, but which one do I go into? Because if I go into one, am I not going to get screamed at? And he's like, no, you can go in there, it's fine. But 2, it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen, honestly. So apparently what they're doing at the moment, the people behind this mockery of religion and people in general, are trying to pull down every single video piece of footage out there. But as one fellow content YouTube creator has said, the internet is forever and we don't forget. And I think that's hilarious. Of course, Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper, very famous portrait. I think it's Leonardo da Vinci as well, if I'm not mistaken, who actually painted UFOs in the Sistine Chapel, if I'm not mistaken. And the FBI were after his descendants long afterwards to see if they could hold any clues as to why he managed to paint these circular objects in the sky, one of his paintings. And alas, they turned no stone, so never mind. But look, folks, just to rinse the bad taste from your mouth, and I do apologize, but I had to sit through this damn thing. And you know, I tell you what, Viva Le Frog France, come after my video, take it down, I'll just re-upload it again somewhere else. But look at this, Montreal opening Olympics 1976. I believe the USA's Mark Spitz competed in this event, and what an amazing athlete he was for the time. 1976 Montreal opening Olympics, the ceremony highlights. I'll just show you a bit here now. I mean, this is what it was all about, folks. Pomp, ceremony, the important people standing on stage. You're about to unleash that flag. All the nations of the world gathered. None of this, equality and diversity bullshit, because that's the purpose of the Olympics. It brought all nations together. All nations came together. You know, I had to slip that one in somehow. And of course, we all remember the 1984 Olympics, Los Angeles, probably my favorite one ever. And I do believe Lionel Richie did sing all night long at this one. I'm pretty sure he did. Have a look at that. All nations of the flag. This is actually made up of the audiences being told to raise your square, your colored square at this moment in time. Isn't that beautiful? Why didn't we have that Paris 2024 Olympics? And in fact, when people heard about the Olympics being held in Paris, they were like, don't really give a shit. Neither do I. A beautiful image. You know, I like the fact they've got the Look at the Roman numerals. Look how I love the stylization of this. It's magical. It's just beautiful to look at. And that does remind me as well, I do need to go on eBay and buy myself a 1984 Olympics baseball cap. They do sell the originals and they do vary in price as well. So they're not too expensive, funny enough. So we'll actually get myself one. But in a day and age, folks, when diversity is so shoved down your throat now, back then, it wasn't even, there was no need for it, because they understood. And America at that time, I would argue, actually understood diversity and inclusivity better than the UK and anybody else. They did without actually preaching from the sermon above. It's, and it's great. Carl Lewis, who could forget his record-breaking performance in this Olympics? It was amazing, actually. And I think the same year when Daley Thompson competed, and I think he did pretty well for us as well. I hope I got that right. I might not, but Daley Thompson comes to mind. And this is it, folks. Yeah, we came from this, okay, only just to go to dog shit like this. Holy Christ in heaven, bloody hell. I'm not even a religious person, folks, but I don't, and as much as I do appreciate knockers, in this case, this lady can put them back inside. In fact, do we even have to now question whether this person is even, in fact, a woman? Holy shit. I mean, the RuPaul next to him will probably say a lot more than needs to be desired. But let me switch screens quickly, folks, because one thing I wanted to point out about this whole debacle, again, Paris is running for the hills now. Oh my God, what have we done? They allowed this to happen. They knew they can't go around apologizing now because they knew that many Christians and Catholics would be offended. They knew what they were doing. I'd love to know what Mel Gibson thinks, because you can't get more based and devout than him, and obviously Jim Caviezel. But look, here's what I wanted to say, folks. If they decided to mock Islam, what do you think would happen to France? Which, by the way, its security levels are on a high alert at the moment, right? And I will say, yeah, they wouldn't do that because they don't want to repeat Charlie Hebdo, do they? So yeah, Islam, fine. Hindus, peace-loving religion, absolutely fine. Leave them alone. But when it comes to conservatism, Christianity, Catholicism, yeah, let's mock those. They can't do anything to us because what are they? What kind of action will they take against us? Well, I think you've seen the results for yourself. And I will say this one last thing, folks. The people who disrupted Eurostar networks on Friday by, shall we say, setting certain cable boxes alight, and people who are now in transit, they're stuck at either Waterloo or St. Pancras, rather, London, and other places that they're trying to get to the actual ceremony. I think the activators, shall we call them, did you guys and gals a big favor, because they must have seen the writing on the wall. And can you imagine traveling on the Eurostar? You finally check into your hotel, you get your seat at the stadium, and then you're greeted by this abomination right here. Yeah, so I'm glad the disruption happened. Good. It serves France right. I think France has actually gone downhill, in my opinion. It doesn't deserve to be a much revered nation anymore. It certainly has turned the world upside down with its bizarre antics. I mean, I knew the French people had a bizarre sense of humor anyway, and they kind of have avant-garde tastes in what we wouldn't deem as entertainment, if you get my drift. So serves you right, France. I hope this Olympics goes down like a hooker at your local McDonald's. And look, don't even get me started on the Paralympics. I call that the crippled Olympics because I don't give a shit about that. For me, the Olympics has lost its flavor now. I think the last good Olympics I ever saw, I mean, 2012, when we had it in the UK, it was pretty good. We had the James Bond theme going on. It was pretty much nice synchronization there. But other than that, I don't really give a shit anymore. And will I be watching any highlights of this Olympic ceremony? Probably not. So on that one, ladies and gentlemen, If you enjoyed today's video, leave a like, smash that subscribe button below, and try to get me up to 10,000 subscribers, folks, because for some reason, YouTube is doing this very silly thing again where I've been perpetually stuck at the grand slam figure of 9,670 subscribers, when that should have already gone up. In fact, for the last few days, I've noticed people have been unsubscribed who are then resubscribed. So do me a favor, check that you are subscribed to me, and if not, make sure you hit the bell icon for notifications when I release a brand new video. I suspect when I've been slightly inactive for like a couple of days in between, YouTube does that by default. I think that's the same stupid tricks they do to everybody else, and I think YouTube, take your thumb out of your ass, just let my video channel grow, and then maybe when I get to a magical sum of 20,000 subscribers, then you can start playing your dirty parlor tricks all over again. So on that one, if you were me and if I were you, you might want to come back for the next video.